You don't agree that you made a face?
No, I don't agree with putting a man
Oh, you don't agree with
first,
putting
no.
a man first. Okay, so can you elaborate?
Yes, I don't agree with putting a man first because when he leave you, then what? What you gonna have? What you gonna have? If you put your all into a man will leave you with shit and bricks. Can I say shit? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you good.
A man will leave you with nothing but shit and a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have your own everything. So why would I put a man first?
Sorry, when you say
this is my
sorry,
life?
I'm so not cool. When you say shit, when you say shit and a bag,
Yeah.
because you just slow that down for me. I promise you, I'm like, I am so not hip.
When I mean shit in the bag, I mean like your stuff in the bag and you on your way. He already got the next girl in the house. Like, I don't play those type of games.
Okay, so you guys are specifically talking about, so you're assuming people just don't get married because obviously the court systems favor women. Actually, women will get everything if a guy gets up and leaves.
Saying, okay,
so I heard somebody else say like, oh, like the house and blah, blah, and then you'll have nothing. I'm like, actually, in the current environment of what happens to men in courtrooms, you'd have pretty much everything.
But the man gotta want to marry you. These men ain't getting married.
So that's it. You're talking about, so you're basically saying, like, you could potentially be with a person that doesn't want to marry you, but you should just never be with a person that doesn't want to marry you, was what I would say. Like, if you're talking to a guy and he never wants to marry you, then that's a really...
That's why I ended my last relationship. I felt like we were together for too long, and I asked him, like, hey, do you foresee us getting married? Do you see us continuing on? And he was like, no. Straight up. No, but it's okay. I'd rather he was be honest.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
At least he told you.
Like, no, for real. Not even taking no her by. And I was just like, okay, baby.
Baby, I love you.
But there's two parts to that.
So you guys are painting a picture of not needing a man, but actually it's a circumstance where it's a specific kind of relationship where the guy doesn't want to marry the woman. Because, I mean, if a guy said, yes, I do want to marry you, then you wouldn't have this perspective of like, I'm not putting a man first, right?
I would never put a man first because even though this is my life. You know what I'm saying? This is my life.
But if you were married...
If I was married, I still wouldn't put my husband first.
Damn!
It's my life.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Okay, so this is how I feel. I feel like you should take care of yourself.
How many girls agree with her? Just out of curiosity.
I halfway agree with her.
Okay.
Halfway.
Anybody else agree?
Okay, because I just feel like that could be why he doesn't want to get married, right? If you're saying like, even if we get married, I'm putting myself first and I'm not putting you first. If I was a dude and I heard that, like I would definitely say, okay, then I'm not going to marry you.
It's also about coming together. You know what I'm saying? It's also about a union. And I'm saying, what I'm saying is there's a lot of people, there's a lot of people nowadays that doesn't understand what a union is.
Well, I would argue potentially that you're that person because you just said if we got married, I would still put me first. That's not a union.
First, though? Would a man put his wife first?
Yes.
So you should always what I'm saying is I feel like you should always put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to a guy, you shouldn't put a guy over yourself. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so I would offer that in a very productive marriage there is no I versus, it's just we. Like I am in a partnership, a team, me and my husband. The concept of putting me first, even saying that just sounds so crazy to me in a marriage. Like I've never thought it once. It's just, it's us, it's the kids, it's our family. Like I becomes we. And so I would just say like maybe when you put that out there to a guy, like then they say, okay, maybe this isn't marriage material because she's telling me that even if I give her everything and I have the potential, then the risk of losing everything, that she still would not make any sacrifices in her life. And
I can agree with what you're saying. I can agree with your statements. But what I'm saying is I haven't came across a traditional man like that as of now. So I'm going to focus on myself.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to highlight that it's a specific kind of man that you're talking about if a guy doesn't want to get married. But also fair, if you're saying the same thing, you're attracting that specific kind of a person. Do you know what I mean? If you're like, I'm all about me, then he's like, okay, cool, I'm all about me too.
Can I backpack off that?
But like, I told my husband like day one, I want to get married.
I've been in
Do you know what I mean? I was like, no games. It's a we. When are we getting married? When are we having kids?
Right,
we.
I can agree with that, but then some people have different goals from other. My number one goal is to be a star, not to be married.
Okay, fair.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying if that might be why you're not getting married.
Yeah, I don't care to get married.
Yeah, it's just it's feeding each other.
I really don't care to get married.
Which is fine.
Can I just a question real quick? Who's your role model in the rap game?
Onika Tanya Mirage.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj. Got it.
Oh, is that her and her
role model?
Yeah.
Onika. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Tanya Mirage.
How many girls actually want to get married on the panel, real quick? Oh, everybody.
It's too late.
Everybody? Okay. All right, just out of curiosity. All right. So for you said that you're putting career first. Question for you. Do you think after putting your career first, being a dancer, being involved in the work that you're in, that you're going to find your dream man at the end of the line?
Yes. Because my career doesn't define me. because my career doesn't define me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a completely different woman. I can separate my business and what I do from my actual
Fresh, why you
personal life.
laughing, bro?
Right. I was just about to exit. What's
Something's
funny?
in my throat. Sorry, my bad.
What's funny?
Bless you, Fresh.
Sorry, continue on.
Okay, so
Sorry,
basically, like how she was saying, like when I do get into a relationship or an engagement, like even with my ex-fiance, I told him, I tell everybody what I do up front. Like, look, I do this, that, and the third. Do you want to be a part of it or do you not? You know what I'm saying? You can have the password to my phone. You can, anything to make you feel comfortable. And with my engagement, he was like, well, I don't want you to work. I don't want you to do anything. He had money. He took very good care of me. He didn't want me to
stole it, bro?
work. I did, because it's an emotional thing. I don't care about money. You know what I'm saying? Money is not a focal point for me.
Okay.
I'd rather be taken care of emotionally, you know, and feel safe. That's my biggest thing. I want to feel safe. If I make you feel safe, make me feel safe.
Okay.
Because money can be made, spent every day, whatever.
Do you think your job at all might be impacting how they value you?
Yes and no. I say yes because the second you hear, oh, I'm a sexologist, I'm a dancer, I'm a whatever, I decide to tell you I'm on lifestyles. What do you think? You think escort, or you think she's just another stripper girl type situation? Ho. Yeah, I mean,
Chris.
it's honest. It's honest. It's honest.
This nigga. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
That's automatically what you think, you know, especially when you see certain girls that are in the lifestyle, being dancers, being escorts, being whatever. That's how they present, and they don't care. But me, I have morals. I have values. My career does not define me. I'm a completely different woman from what I am, from what I work. Me making money has nothing to do with the woman that I am.
Don't you think that what you're willing to do for work does define your value, though? Like you should say, like, these are not my values. I just do this for work. Like, you know, I prostitute, but these are not my values. I just do this for work.
Yeah.
No, I'm just giving an example here, right? Like,
Okay.
I'm not sure that we can separate that, right?
I can.
Like,
I can.
well, you can, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that I think for men, and I don't want to speak for men, but like
Oh, no,
you're
don't worry.
telling them what you're telling them what your values are
Yes.
when you say I do this and I do that and I do this, right? Like if I'm like, they don't think that you're just performing per se.
I make them comfortable. Like, I will tell you everything up front. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to hide anything. I'm literally going to show you everything up front. If you have any insecurities about what I do, if you have any questions, I'm like, look, babe, this is literally what I do. That's it. That's it. That's all.
So that would, just so we can run your argument to a totally separate career path. Like, if that would be like me saying, I sell crack to children, right? But I tell you that I sell crack to children, so my
True.
values are in
I see
check
what you're
because
saying.
I told you that I sell crack to children.
Okay, so let me also add, if I do get into a relationship, me telling you up front what I do, if you're not comfortable with that, I will not do it. If
No, fine. I'm not saying that, like,
value you
yeah.
enough where I'm like, okay, he's worth it. But I also know what type of man that I can give up my part of my income for.
But I'm just saying, how can you separate your values from what you do? Like, even that example I just gave you.
It's easy. I can't really explain it. It's just easy. I just don't get lost in that world of being a dancer, being trapped in the erotic world. I don't get lost in it. Like, I'm very like headstrong. So it's like, it's literally business. It's kind of like an actor. I can go on Seinfeld and be, or Friends or whatever, and be an actor, but it's completely different at home, you know? So it's acting for me, to be honest with you.
Okay. But
And that's
okay.
it. Like, yeah. And then at home, I cook, I clean, I will do all the things of wifely duties, or, you know, and I'm happy. They're happy.
So you're basically just, in your mind, you're like, I'm just two different people.
I am. I definitely am. Sabella and Etienne are two completely different people.
Keep it a bean.
What?
In the club.
Huh? In the club? I'm Sabella in the club.
Right.
At home,
And
I'm
what are
Etienne.
Sabella's values?
Does Sabella smash in the club?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
Never
not.
did.
Stop the cap.
Not
Never.
but one time.
Shut up.
Back room? Nothing?
Never. No. Never. Ever.
All right, Sabella.
Never.
We're going to find out whole facts.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Make a phone call?
Go
Hey, the
ahead.
office?
Go ahead.
She one of them? All right,
Go
nigga.
ahead.
Put me off.
You want me to call? Oh, y'all took my phone. I would call the office, but no, I've never done anything like that ever.
Okay.
No,